You're watching Fox 22, Bangor. From the Great Northwoods to the Rockbound Coast and streaming live in HD worldwide at foxbangor.com. More people choose Good Morning Maine.
Hey, on Good Morning Maine, the town of Orono has created a new committee seeking to include more diverse voices to represent their community.
Plus, we'll hear details about the New Hampshire yacht fire that occurred Saturday from one of the lobstermen who came to the rescue.
And we'll check in with the construction progress at the waterfront concert sites in Bangor. There's some more local news right now.
Good morning and welcome to Good Morning Maine. I'm Emma Smith.
And I'm Joe Cortez. Thanks for joining us this morning. We have a great start to summer. The temperatures are going to be in the 70s today. It's going to be not a cloud in sight. It's a beautiful day to start off what hopefully will be a warm summer.
I know. The days are only getting shorter from here.
I know. Grab the lemonade, get the barbecue cooking, take the day off of work. Don't listen to me. Let's take the first check of our forecast. Conrad Sapinski joins us now.
Thank you so much. So let's talk a little bit about that weather outside right now. Barely any cloud cover. Most of us has seen a good amount of fog this morning, some frost to the north, but a little bit of clouds, but more will be starting to roll in, especially Wednesday and into Thursday, where yes, more chances of rain are possible. Our futurecast does show those thicker clouds starting to roll in, and then a couple on and off showers by the morning hours on Thursday, and pretty much lasting for most of the day throughout on Thursday. But check out these temperatures, folks. Really, really chilly. Once again, I know it's almost July. Feels like we're backtracking into April with a lot of the 40s out there and even some 30s in the northern part of the state where they do have a frost advisory out there, so be careful. But check out these temperatures for today, really rebounding out there into the low to mid 70s. I know it was a cool start to the morning, but later on today, we will really warm up out there with mostly sunny skies. And then tonight, once again, back into the 40s with mostly clear skies and areas of fog, especially by the morning hours, will be possible. And then we really rebound once again into the upper 60s and 70s out there for partly cloudy skies tomorrow. But today, we will have a lot of sunshine and temperatures really rising into the mid 70s. Joe and Emma?
Thank you, Conrad.
First up this morning, Maine State Police are investigating a hit-and-run incident that killed a woman from South Portland.
Spokesperson Shannon Moss says 35-year-old Nicole McKemmy died in the incident that occurred sometime between Saturday night and early Sunday morning near the Schoodic Education and Research Center in Winter Harbor. Moss says the state police believe this is an isolated incident and there is no ongoing threat to the public. The state police are asking for the public's help in locating a vehicle that may have been involved. It's described as a 2016 black BMW X3 SUV. It has a Maine license plate with the number 5614WM and is registered to 35-year-old Raymond Lester of South Portland. Moss says the vehicle may have front end or undercarriage damage. If you see the vehicle, do not approach it. Anyone with information is asked to call state police at 973-3700. You can see that information right on your screen.
A West Baldwin man drowned in the Azisacus Lake in Lincoln Plantation yesterday at around 11:30 in the morning. 54-year-old Michael Shields was attempting to swim to shore after he attached his boat to the mooring in front of his camp on Alka Flats Road. His wife and father-in-law both saw him go underwater about 50 yards from the shore. With no cell phone coverage in the area, they had to drive 17 miles down a dirt road to call for help. The body was recovered near the shore at around 6:30 p.m. and was transported to the Wiles Funeral Home.
Authorities are investigating the discovery of two bodies found in Auburn Sunday morning. According to the Maine State Police, detectives from their Major Crimes Unit responded to 4th Street in Auburn to assist the local police department following a report of 2 deaths. In a release, the state police emphasized this is an ongoing investigation and said they will provide more information once the victim's next of kin has been notified. They also stated there is no active threat to the public.
The Community Connector Service wants input from the public for its proposed bus stop destination project beginning later this year. As part of the project, bus service will change from flag stops to fixed stops. Those stops were selected based on popularity, infrastructure, and other factors. The goal of this switch is to improve the efficiency and reliability of its service for riders and the features it can offer. A public meeting will be held at the Bangor City Hall on June 29th at 5 o'clock, where citizens can come in person or participate virtually. The company is also currently taking comments until July 20th. You can either call them or send an email. That number's on your screen. We'll also have this information on our website, foxbangor.com.
The Lincoln Police Department has received new protective equipment thanks to generous community members. As Sierra Jordan reports, the community donated over $31,000 for their local heroes.
These standard old vests only protect police officers from handgun fire, but these new vests, just like the one I'm wearing, are made to stop a rifle bullet. And the best part is you can wear it for the entire shift.
I sleep better at night knowing that they've got that protection.
Chief J.D. Sparks was previously a sheriff's deputy in Fort Worth, Texas. After moving to Lincoln, Maine in March, he realized his officers needed better protection.
Rifle usage is becoming more common when it comes to assaults on officers. One of my first goals whenever I came here was to upgrade the equipment, get them the best safety equipment possible.
Shield 616 is a nationwide nonprofit organization providing rifle protection and gear for police officers and first responders. The gear includes a helmet, a vest equipped with rifle-rated armor, and ballistic plates. With the help of Shield 616, the 8-member police squad will now be protected from all kinds of gunfire.
Well, I found it to be very comfortable. The vest I had before was a hand-me-down, and this was actually measured to fit.
It's not that bad once you actually get it on. When you're holding it in your hands, it feels a bit heavier, but once you actually have it on your shoulders and everything, it's not bad.
Chief Sparks says the cost of the equipment totaled $31,800. Purchasing the new equipment would have been tough for the city to budget for. However, the Lincoln community was able to make it happen.
I know that they have to be, protected while they're doing their job. We support them in all our policemen here.
In Lincoln, I'm Sierra Jordan reporting for ABC 7 and Fox 22.
The time is now 8:07. Coming up next on Good Morning Maine, a refurbished train car in Thorndike is being turned into a shopper's destination.
But first, let's take another look at our forecast. A high of 74 degrees today, mostly sunny skies, which will be a beautiful start to the summer. Clear with a little bit of fog moving in overnight, temperatures dropping down to the mid-40s. And tomorrow we're back up in the high 60s with partially cloudy skies.
Breathe in. Can you sense it? The feeling of becoming something greater? Here in the heart of Maine, you'll find a place that the innovators of tomorrow have called home for the last 150 years, the University of Maine. Ranked as one of the nation's top research institutions, our opportunities know no bounds, because UMaine isn't just a destination. It's a gateway to new horizons that shape who we are. We are UMaine.
Fox Tuesdays. Get a taste of this summer's sweetest hit.
Welcome to Crime Scene Kitchen.
America's best bakers must answer one question. What was just baked in this kitchen?
Touch, smell, and lick every single surface in there.
What is it? What is it? It's a race to gather the clues.
Raspberries. Dark chocolate.
And bake the mystery dessert. We're gonna win.
But did you make the right dessert?
Woo! Crime Scene Kitchen, Tuesdays on Fox, and watch anytime on these platforms.
The town of Orono is looking to create a diversity, equity, and inclusion committee to include more voices from the community they serve. Town council members say creating a diversity committee will hopefully bring in a group of people who may otherwise feel unheard by their council to feel comfortable and bring issues or ideas to the table. Now, a council member says the committee will help the community feel better represented.
There is a DEI committee that includes a representative who is a member at the Islamic Center. And then if there's someone else who identifies as a Muslim, they might have a person they already know and can relate to, who they might feel more comfortable.
Right now, the board says there is no set deadline to create the Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Committee.
As gas prices continue to rise, both independent truck drivers and larger trucking company owners have made tough decisions before accepting delivery jobs. AJ Douglas spoke to locals in the trucking industry to learn what barriers they're facing on and off the road.
Fewer truck drivers are coming through the local Dysars to gas up after diesel prices doubled, then tripled.
Not as much profit, not as much people, just not as much business.
We spoke with drivers who say that the truck driving industry has always been difficult for independent drivers, but now with repeated spikes in fuel costs, many business owners have had to close their doors. President of H.O. Bouchard, Inc. says inflation prices have made many companies reluctant to accept jobs.
You're seeing a lot of local contractors hold off doing certain jobs because of the price of fuel. And if there's a job they wanted to try to squeeze in this year, but they're short on people, they're not able to do that.
Bouchard knows that he has had to make drastic changes to accommodate record-high diesel prices. He says the company has had to raise customer rates, along with changing fuel procedures.
Restricted some of the locations where our drivers can get fuel because of pricing. Bring idling down to a minimum. Don't have the truck running unless it's absolutely necessary.
Bouchard says fuel costs could potentially cause delays for consumers to get everyday goods.
We deal with weekly here at our company supply chain issues. The American people rely on trucking to bring them groceries or toilet paper or whatever it may be, water. To think that trucks could be down for that amount of time.
Both say they doubt gas prices could get any higher than they are right now. In Hamden, AJ Douglas, ABC 7, Fox 22.
It's 12 minutes past top of the hour. After the break, new details on the 70-foot yacht that burst into flames over the weekend. We'll hear from the survivors after the break.
Plus, the January 6th committee hearing is set to resume today in Washington. We'll hear the latest buzz surrounding former President Trump.
When you're ready to tackle your next building project, no matter how big or small, depend on Hammond Lumber Company for the products and services you need. The knowledgeable staff at Hammond Lumber will be with you every step of the way and keep your project on schedule. From free estimating and project planning to design and drafting services, an extensive product inventory with a wide variety of brands to choose from, and of course, free delivery within striking distance of their 21 locations statewide. Hammond Lumber Company, your building project partner.
Dude, can you believe we're graduating? And they helped us find a great job. Soon we'll be living the dream.
Exactly. I'm incredibly grateful for Maine Job Corps. If it wasn't for them, I'd be working an entry-level job and barely making it.
Let Team Maine Job Corps help find the career that's right for you. Call 561-8516.
Dierks Bentley. Beers on Me Tour 2022, June 23rd, Maine Savings Amphitheater, Bangor, Maine. And he's bringing along special guests, Ashley McBride and Travis Denning. Dierks Bentley, live in concert. On sale now at waterfrontconcerts.com or Ticketmaster.com. Part of the Varney Insurance Concert Series.
He is searching for the doctor who saved him from COVID, and he doesn't know that we found her. They're reuniting. Plus, from Grey's Anatomy, Scott Speedman, and Project Runway's Elaine Welteroth. It's coming back. Thank gosh, because I really need it. Next, Drew.
The Drew Barrymore Show, Tuesday at 3 on Fox 22.
Three people and 2 dogs abandoned ship at the mouth of Portsmouth Harbor Saturday after their 70-foot yacht burst into flames. 3 local boaters came to their rescue. Brad Rogers spoke to one of these rescuers yesterday.
So this is my mighty vessel.
This is the small boat part-time lobsterman Tom Hadley was in when he looked behind him and saw smoke coming from a yacht.
And I thought, oh, they're having engine trouble. I'll go back and I'll stand by in case they need some assistance. And as I headed back, the smoke got thicker, and as I approached the vessel, it literally burst into flames.
Hadley was afraid to get too close in case the burning boat exploded. His boat was also full of lobster traps.
So I yelled to them to get in the water. They had pool noodles, of all things, to hold on to, and there were 2 dogs involved also.
The Marine Patrol says Arthur and Diane Watson from Connecticut, pictured here, were on board with their dogs and a young man from Florida.
I was a little concerned that they might panic and try to climb in the boat and overturn me, but they didn't.
Hadley says he pulled Diane Watson onto his boat first, then the dogs, then Jared Tubbs from Jupiter, Florida.
I had traps on board here. I had traps here, but that I dumped over the side. Put the woman up in front. Put the young man back here, the dogs were running back and forth, and the older gentleman was hanging on right here.
With the water temperature in the mid-50s, Hadley says the ship's captain, 67-year-old Arthur Kit Watson, was starting to struggle in the water.
I still had this older gentleman, a fairly large person, in the water. There was no way I was going to be able to haul him over the gunwale. Fortunately, standing by was a couple guys in another boat.
As the yacht continued to burn, he says the 2 young men pulled Mr. Watson out of the water and into their boat. After dropping all of them off at the dock, all 3 were checked out at a local hospital. Hadley says none of the 3 had life jackets, just the pool noodles.
Wherever you can determine on your boat where you're going to abandon ship from, the life jackets should be nearby to that.
The burning yacht ended up drifting into the current of the Piscataqua River and ended up sinking off the coast of Kittery.
The time is now 8:17.
Now let's get a full look at our weekday forecast with meteorologist Conrad Sapinski. He joins us with the latest.
Good morning, Conrad.
Thank you so much, Joe and Emma. So lots of clear weather out there, folks. Barely any rain out here in Maine, but check out just to the west of us, closer to Canada. Lots of rain that will be moving on into upper state of New York. But here in Maine, luckily just a few passing clouds. But we are not in the clear for long because more chances of rain will be back Wednesday night and then once again into Thursday, as our futurecast does show thicker clouds starting to roll in by Wednesday and then really getting thick by Wednesday night into Thursday with some on and off showers. Nothing heavy at that, but still something to talk about. But temperatures, yes, cooler temperatures are coming up right now. 42 here in Bangor, so it is almost July, but really feels like April out there with some 30s and 40s in the northern part of the state where there is a frost advisory. Here in Bangor, still really chilly out there, so bring a sweater or even a coat out there. I know, a coat with the morning low temperatures, but the last couple of days been really on the cooler end with some 60s, 70s, and even a 50-degree day out there 2 days ago. Yesterday, we had a high temperature of 69 degrees. Today, we will really warm up out there into the mid-70s with lots and lots of sunshine out there. But look what happens Wednesday and Thursday. We really cool down back around 70 degrees, and then Friday, Saturday into Sunday, perfect timing. Those 80s are back in the forecast, so nice tanning above average temperatures will be back. But with those warmer temperatures comes some muggy humidity out there. The dew points will really be up there, making it feel pretty humid out there with those really warm temperatures. But at least today, low humidity and really nice temperatures in the mid-70s with mostly sunny skies. Tonight, once again, another cooler night out there, cooler morning for tomorrow, as we'll pretty much be in the mid-40s out there with mostly clear skies. and areas of fog will be possible once again before we really rebound in temperatures and hover around 70 degrees by tomorrow. But our 5-day outlook does show warm temperatures sticking around and even nicer weather back in the forecast by the weekend.
The signs of spring are here. The sun's out for the evening commute. Whistles and clapping echo from the ball field. And the flowers bloom with warmer days on the horizon. Valley Home Services offers whole home comfort with the changing of the seasons. With a push of a button on a Fujitsu heat pump, you're ready for whatever spring brings. Humid days or cool nights, come home to comfort with Valley Home Services. Home is our middle name.
We've got a 100-year-old company here, and it's because of the service, the quality, and the experience. It gets done right.
I think we've been doing it for so long. The only thing that we do, that when we walk into a room, we automatically know how to treat that window. We can take any product that the customer's looking for and make it work in just about any situation that they present us with. So
There's no reason to be overwhelmed. We can help you through it.
We're not going anywhere. We've been around for 100 years.
I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America,
to the republic which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible,
with liberty and justice for all.
These local businesses would like to wish you a happy Independence Day, along with safe and fun celebrations all summer long.
Sarah's House is a cancer hospitality house. It basically serves people on their cancer journey. As they're battling cancer, they have to come down to Brewer to the treatment center here, and they can come from all different places in the state, as far away as Eastport to Aroostook County even. We've had guests come from all over. So if you live greater than 30 miles away, you have a place to come and be at home while you receive treatment. And really, usually guests become lifelong friends. So it's a connection unlike anything you'll ever see, and it's a place unlike anywhere I've ever been.
Now on to your national spotlight. The House Select Committee investigating the January 6th attack on the U.S. Capitol will resume its public hearings today. ABC's Faith Abube is in Washington with the latest.
Today, a new chapter in the January 6th committee's effort to show that former President Donald Trump knowingly pushed election fraud lies that ultimately led to this violent attack on the U.S. Capitol. Committee members say today's hearing will detail evidence of the elaborate scheme to push state officials to reject the 2020 presidential election results and instead create fake pro-Trump electors to illegally hand Trump a second term.
I certainly think the president is guilty of knowing what he did, seditious conspiracy.
Representative Adam Schiff set to lead today's hearing, telling CNN the Trump campaign scheme unsuccessfully depended on hopes that state legislatures would approve the big lie. When they didn't, Trump turned to pressuring state officials.
Yes, we'll show evidence of the president's involvement in this scheme.
Republican Arizona House Speaker Rusty Bowers and 2 Georgia election officials, including Secretary of State Brad Raffensperger, set to testify.
Of course, he was the Secretary of State of Georgia that Donald Trump famously called on January 2nd, saying, go out and find me 11,780 votes. Just happened to be precisely the number of votes that he would have needed to have won Georgia.
All I want to do is this. I just want to find 11,780 votes.
Today, the committee also expected to spotlight the, quote, heroes in the story who remained true to their oaths, like former Georgia election worker Shaye Moss. Moss writing in her opening statement that she's been harassed and threatened, all because Trump and his allies, quote, refused to accept the outcome of the election. The people responsible for the lies need to be held accountable. In a new interview with Fox News, former Vice President Mike Pence called January 6 a tragic day while blasting Democrats for the hearing. He revealed he and former President Trump parted very amicably and have kind of gone their separate ways over the last year.
Still to come here on the second half of our show, the 19th month project at the Bangor waterfront will pause Thursday night as the concert season officially kicks off for the summer. More details coming up.
Plus, there's a new bookshop on the railroad tracks in Thorndike. We'll hear from the creator on the reason his dream of opening a bookstore. This and more local news as Good Morning Maine continues.
I've been having foot pain for at least 10 years. The first day I put the key boot on, I could tell the difference. My pain level has been so much better. I was amazed. The key boots made it possible for me to actually walk without pain. I can go shopping, walking around the store without wanting to cry. I mean, I feel like dancing sometimes. The key boots made all the difference. Very happy with it. Comfort shoes, it's just changed my life.
On the road, broadcasting the news at 6, live from the Whoopie Pie Festival in Dover Foxcroft, is sponsored by the University of Maine Early College, tuition-free online summer courses for high school students, umaine.edu/early college. At Loyalty Inc., we offer custom artwork, friendly service, a clean, sterile environment, and affordable pricing. Loyalty Inc., our colors never fade. And Coop's Truck and Equipment, located at 690 Audlin Road, Bangor, specializing in truck and trailer parts and repair.
There's one number you need to know. It's called Joe.
Welcome back. It's Tuesday, June 21st of 2022. Welcome to summer. It began at 5:14 this morning, and today is the longest day of the year. The forecast is coming up in just a moment.
Days are only getting shorter.
I know. It's good for us.
It's crazy, yes. Actor Chris Pratt is 43 today, and England's Prince William, the Duke of Cambridge, and heir to the British crown, is 40 today. And along with the summer solstice, today is Daylight Appreciation Day and National Selfie Day.
It's a good day to start.
Yes.
You need to get your selfies in and get outside with the sunshine.
Right.
Vitamin D is always extremely important.
That definitely has a lot to do with each other. Good lighting.
Oh, yeah, I know. We always need the good lighting, right? Let's turn it over to Conrad Sapinski. He has another look at our forecast.
Thank you so much. So let's talk a little bit about that weather outside right now. Barely any cloud cover. Most of us has seen a good amount of fog this morning, some frost to the north, but a little bit of clouds, but more will be starting to roll in, especially Wednesday and into Thursday, where yes, more chances of rain are possible. Our futurecast does show those thicker clouds starting to roll in, and then a couple on and off showers by the morning hours on Thursday, and pretty much lasting for most of the day throughout on Thursday. But check out these temperatures, folks. Really, really chilly. Once again, I know it's almost July. Feels like we're backtracking into April with a lot of the 40s out there and even some 30s in the northern part of the state where they do have a frost advisory out there, so be careful. But check out these temperatures for today. Really rebounding out there into the low to mid 70s. I know it was a cool start to the morning, but later on today, we will really warm up out there with mostly sunny skies. And then tonight, once again, back into the 40s with mostly clear skies, and areas of fog, especially by the morning hours, will be possible. And then we really rebound once again into the upper 60s and 70s out there for partly cloudy skies tomorrow. But today, we will have a lot of sunshine and temperatures really rising into the mid-70s. Joe and Emma?
Thank you, Conrad.
Maine is producing more oysters than ever. The increase is due to a growing number of shellfish farms that have launched off of Maine's coast in recent years. The state's haul of oysters grew more than 50% last year to more than 6 million pounds.
Maine's growing oyster business has made the state a bigger player in the national industry that grows the valuable shellfish. The growth has also raised questions from members of other marine industries about whether the oyster business is growing too fast. Do you like oysters?
I do like oysters. I have a good friend of mine from back home. His name is Christian Cruz, and he loves oysters. Like, I've never seen somebody who could eat so much seafood.
That's a dangerous one to love too much, too.
Exactly.
Waterfront Concerts continues to prepare for the first show of the year at Maine Savings Amphitheater. However, some Bangor residents question whether construction will be complete in time for Thursday night's performance. Concerts are back at the venue for a full season for the first time since the beginning of the COVID-19 pandemic. Waterfront Concert spokesperson Alex Gray says construction for the 19th month project will pause Thursday night.
Gray says concertgoers can expect improvements to the venue when the project is completed, such as expanding restrooms, upgraded seats, and concession stands. He assures those who have already purchased tickets the work inside the venue is in its final stages.
The goal was really to get the heart of the venue complete and then put ourselves in a position to continue to work throughout the season. It was either that or take a season off. And the business leaders in Bangor, the business owners in Bangor were very steadfast that that wasn't going to be ideal for them. So here we are.
Those interested in attending waterfront concerts in Bangor this season can log on to waterfrontconcerts.com to view the upcoming shows. A refurbished train car in Thorndike is turning into a must-see destination for book lovers.
That's because the owners have turned the previously unused boxcar into a small bookshop called Boxcar Books.
Jody Hersey takes us there.
I always dreamed of having a bookstore.
Link Haryoung's dream came true when he purchased this stationary boxcar from his neighbor in 2019 in the small town of Thorndike and turned it into Boxcar Books.
My goal has been to create the kind of space that I would have fallen in love with when I was traveling.
This bookshop on rails is a magical find for book lovers and train enthusiasts alike.
We're in an old Swedish boxcar, only about 50 feet long, so it has to be a highly curated selection of books. I can't have everything.
Customers will find a small children's corner at one end of the shop, while each side of the former train car is filled floor to ceiling with an array of fiction, sci-fi, mythology, history, and nature books, as well as a few titles for those who enjoy DIY projects. Haryoung says most books inside Boxcar Books are used, although he does purchase a few new titles from time to time.
The best part of it is knowing when I have connected someone with a book that I think they'll have for the rest of their life, and it's going to be like a memory for them of where it came from.
All thanks to a hardcover or paperback souvenir from a used boxcar with a brand new purpose. In Thorndike, I'm Jody Hersey for ABC 7 and Fox 22.
Boxcar Books is open weekends, April through December. And the summer tourism season in Maine is off to a tough start for some businesses with staffing shortages again. As Mal Meyer explains it, it means cutting back on hours or working long days just to keep up with the demand.
Or I can give you 4 gummy worms.
It's a big problem for a small business owner.
I definitely need more people. I just can't find anyone to work with me now.
All Vivian Riven needs is 1 or 2 people, but no luck.
Anything else for you guys?
To avoid cutting store hours, she says she's doing everything from open to close.
7 days a week from morning until sometimes 11 o'clock at night. If it's busy on the streets, we'll stay past the hours that we're supposed to.
Down the street, Palace Playland rides are sitting still. They now start up at 4 p.m. instead of around noon, like they did before the pandemic.
We have a hard time getting people to apply. We have a hard time getting the people who do get in contact to set up interviews to show up for the interviews.
They've tried $250 referral bonuses for employees with no limit on how many people they could refer. But still, they have about half the number of full and part-time staff they've had in years past.
We are still hiring, and the more staff that we can pick up, the more we can start opening up during the daytime.
While others are struggling to find workers, some business owners are feeling fortunate to be fully staffed.
Go ahead and get the balsamic glaze.
It's really a blessing. Brian Maxuga isn't sure what exactly the secret is, be it the atmosphere or something else. Like many in the industry, he's paying employees more.
Here you go.
Not only to attract them, but to keep them. Valuable employees are one of those things that once you get them, you want to keep them.
The upbeat stories making headlines today.
The Greater Milwaukee Foundation has donated $20,000 to a gas station and gave drivers $50 worth of gas for free. One driver says it was better than Christmas. Cheers erupted as Disney's newest cruise ship pulled into Port Canaveral, Florida yesterday. Anticipation has been building for the Disney Wish, which includes a Frozen-themed restaurant and Marvel's cinematic dining experience. The maiden voyage is just days away. It's considered the largest pride parade in South America, and revelers in Sao Paulo were ready to party. The streets were flooded over the weekend with millions singing and dancing. And this is 4-year-old Waji Al-Nazi, hearing for the first time. Nazi was born deaf and mute. Doctors in Saudi Arabia performed a 4-hour cochlear implant surgery recently. Nazi seemed to enjoy the new sensation of sound as his doctor talks and claps with him. And those are some of the other stories making headlines on ABC 7.
Still to come here this morning, the Maine Association of Football is once again in need of referees for the upcoming season. Dave Peck and Tyler Cruz join us next.
But first, take a quick look at that forecast. Temperatures in the mid-70s today, mostly sunny skies. That'll drop down to a low of 47 this evening. Clear with some fog moving in, and partially cloudy tomorrow with a high of 69.
Tomorrow morning on Star 97.7, Paul Dupuis has the music and fun. Sonny Shepard brings you Star 97.7 local news. And Steve McKay with the weather. Turn on your radio and get the Star treatment with Star 97.7.
To support a strong immune system, your body needs routine. Centrum helps your immune defenses every day with vitamin C, D, and zinc. Season after season. Ace your immune support with Centrum. Now with a new look.
Discomfort back there. Instead of using aloe or baby wipes or powders, try the cooling, soothing relief of Preparation H, because your derriere deserves expert care. Preparation H. Get comfortable with it.
People today, they could spend half their lives over 50.
What are you in for? Cholesterol check.
Cool. Make sure your health lives as long as you do. That's why the younger you are, the more you need AARP. Join today.
I'm sorry I said your guy is a joke. He's not the GOAT, but he's not a joke. Babe?
Cold shoulder? Warm things up with a Mitsubishi electric heat pump from Dave's World, the GOAT of heat pump installers.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America
and to the republic for which it stands,
one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
These local businesses would like to wish you a happy Independence Day, along with safe and fun celebrations all summer long.
Tomorrow morning on Star 97.7, Paul Dupuis has the music and fun. Sonny Shepard brings you Star 97.7 local news. And Steve McKay with the weather. Turn on your radio and get the Star treatment with Star 97.7.
This is Sheldon Cooper's theory of relativity.
Young Sheldon 5 times a week.
On Fox 22.
Good morning, everyone. While softball and baseball state champions were being crowned, several Maine track runners spent the weekend at the New Balance Outdoor Nationals, including Orono's Ruth White. Now, White shipped down to Philadelphia to compete at Nationals held at University of Pennsylvania, and as the only Red Riot in attendance, she more than held her own. In the 3,200-meter race, White won her heat with a time of 10 minutes and 40 seconds, and had she done that in the state, it would have been a record.
There's a lot of other really good runners out there, and I think we're in a small state, and it's easy to see the other times and know how we stack up, but it's different to actually be in the same race as them. So I thought it was fun to be in a packed race with a bunch of other kids and learn how to navigate that.
Level of competition was one of the biggest takeaways from the weekend for her, and she's already one of the best runners in the state. And while helping Orono win is always a priority, measuring herself beyond just Maine has certainly become a motivator.
I see the times and I know that nationally I'm not highly ranked, but it's a big eye-opener to actually be there. So I think just continuing to focus and work hard, knowing that there's a lot of kids out there I can try and chase their time.
I mean, that's a great mindset to have, right? Congratulations to White and the rest of the Maine runners who participated down in Philadelphia this past weekend. So the spring season is in the books, a couple weeks to catch your breath. Then it'll be on to football and the rest of the fall sports before you know it. And if you're looking to get involved, now might be your chance. The Maine Association of Football Officials Bangor chapter is once again in need of referees for the upcoming season. The certification course is free to anyone interested and consists of 10 classes held at the Cohen School in Bangor beginning on August 11th.
It's 5 classes in the classroom and 5 classes on the field, so hands-on. I focus strongly on the actual job of officiating, knowing your zones, knowing how to work with your teammates, your other officials on the field, how to communicate with them.
Those who pass the test this fall will be eligible to ref games after week 6 of the high school season, likely starting at the youth level. Now, ref shortages aren't new to this year, but Campbell said this season he wants to focus on the positives that come with the job.
Game doesn't go by, doesn't matter the sport. I do multiple sports where somebody doesn't, as I'm going off the field, thank me for it and appreciate, hey, great job. Getting into the parking lot, I hear the positive comments. And to be honest with you, I'm hearing that more and more.
That's good to hear. Sometimes refs go underappreciated, so it's good to see that people are reaching out and giving them a little bit of praise because certainly they deserve it. We'll have more information on foxbangor.com as to how you can sign up for those classes. For now, let's turn to some golf. The U.S. Open finished up on Sunday, but up in Maine, the second annual Live and Work in Maine Open begins this Thursday at Falmouth Country Club. Florida State University star and Camden native Cole Anderson is back in Maine and ready to tee it up. Cole, along with Topsom's Caleb Manuel, have been granted sponsor exemptions and are excited to join the field of 156 on Thursday. And we asked Cole earlier about the challenges that Falmouth brings and about competing against some of the world's top golfers.
Anytime you get to go against tougher competition, it's a great opportunity to not only compete, but to, learn from some of these guys. There are guys here that have been on the PGA Tour and, know what that takes, and there are guys here that are, trying to get there now. So just a great opportunity all around for me.
And we'll have more coverage of that event starting on Thursday. Now, from one Maine prospect to another, Nokomis's Cooper Flagg continues his quest to represent his country on the court. Flagg was named one of 18 finalists for Team USA's U17 national team roster after competing out in Colorado Springs for the past few days. He was among just 2 other class of 2025 players named finalists for Team USA. And out of the 18 total finalists, just 12 will compete in the 2022 FIBA U17 World Cup in Spain starting in early July. So best of luck to Cooper there as he continues to look for that spot, and hopefully he will be playing overseas in just a matter of weeks. Now finally, let's close things out down at Fenway. Maybe you're just starting to pay attention now that Celtics are over. If so, that's okay. You're not a bandwagoner, I promise, but I will say, it is pretty good timing on your end. Sox looking to move 6 games above 500. Maybe you've been there from the beginning, taking on the Tigers here, tied at 1. Jarren Duran sends it to deep right field. That's a ground rule double, so he's in scoring position, and that starts off a rally. The youngster gets on base, and it's Rafi Devers who does a job of his own, scoops one to basically the same spot in right. That one does not go over the fence, but it does allow Duran to score from second. Sox go up 2-1. Then in the 4th, Christian Vasquez with the sharp liner to left. Sacrifice fly makes it a 3-1 game, and that was enough. Josh Winkowski gets the win. Tanner Houck the save. The Sox take it 5-2, the final. All right, that's sports. We'll be right back after the break.
As a working mom of 5, I'm feeling the burden of rising prices. But instead of getting inflation under control, the liberals in Washington are attacking America's tech innovators. Talk about being out of touch. The left's bill would take away the technology we depend on, put our personal data at risk, make China stronger and America weaker. I don't understand how any Republican senator could support this liberal nonsense. Tell Senate conservatives to stand up for American technology.
Breathe in. Can you sense it? The feeling of becoming something greater? Here in the heart of Maine, you'll find a place that the innovators of tomorrow have called home for the last 150 years, the University of Maine. Ranked as one of the nation's top research institutions, our opportunities know no bounds, because UMaine isn't just a destination. It's a gateway to new horizons that shape who we are. We are UMaine.
On the road, broadcasting the news at 6, live from the Whoopie Pie Festival in Dover-Foxcroft, is sponsored by McCusick Petroleum is a full-service oil and LP gas dealer. They offer service agreements and budget plans. Call 564-3406. Dave's World, Maine's leader in heat pumps. Ductless heat pumps are cost-efficient to heat and cool your home. Dave's World, awesome. And Center Theater, come for the Whoopie Pie, stay for the music. Maze of Me Gypsy Jazz Band Extraordinaire at the Center Theater, 7 p.m., June 25th.
He is searching for the doctor who saved him from COVID, and he doesn't know that we found her. They're reuniting.
Plus, from Grey's Anatomy, Scott Speedman, and Project Runway's Elaine Welteroth.
It's coming back.
Thank gosh, because I really need it. Next, Drew.
The Drew Barrymore Show, Tuesday at 3 on Fox 22.
And welcome back into Good Morning Maine.
We're here with Ken Eisen. He's a co-creator of the Maine International Film Festival. And thank you for being with us this morning.
My pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, you came all the way from Waterville.
All the way from Waterville.
Awesome. Thanks for making the drive.
Beautiful.
Yeah. So it's the 25th annual Maine International Film Festival.
It is. Silver anniversary.
Awesome. Can you explain a little bit about what you're excited about it and explain it to our viewers?
I'm really excited about everything. First of all, it's exciting just to do a full-fledged 100% film festival, 100 films from around the world. We haven't been able to do that since 2019 because of COVID. We have run every year, but 2020 it was just all we could do was rent the drive-in, have one film a night. We did that for 10 days, which is our usual length. Last year we had about 40 to 50% of normal size. We had to cut down for safety reasons just to make sure there was lots of time to clean between. This year we're back full throttle and we're really thrilled about that, thrilled about our guests, thrilled to have films and guests from around the world.
Awesome.
And from Maine. A lot from Maine.
A lot from Maine. So where will these shows be on and in what different venues?
It's on all 3 screens of Railroad Square Cinema in Waterville, at the beautiful Waterville Opera House, at the Skowhegan Drive-In, and there's a small virtual component as well.
Awesome.
There's a lot going on, a lot of places to visit. How has been the public's response being able to realize that you're back to 100% capacity? You must have a lot more people maybe feeling a little safer and being able to, get excited about the upcoming event.
I think that's right, and I think people are really excited about it. We are. It's always a fun event. You don't have to be an extreme movie buff. If you are, I think you're in your element. I'm in my element because I am. But even if you just enjoy movies at all, if you enjoy the world, how do you not enjoy the world? It's easy, but it's also a lot easier to really enjoy it, and great films are a great way to do that. So people are thrilled about this, I think, this year.
And on top of that, what kind of film, like you said, there's hundreds of films coming in, and what kind of films are they? They go from dramas to horrors, or what are kind of the topics that come in?
It's everything. There's a lot of documentaries, but there's also films that are mysteries, films that are unclassifiable, really, because we don't do, quote, normal films. You're not going to see things that are at the multiplex. And everything that we show is at least a Maine premiere, with the exception of some brand new restorations, or with a retrospective by a guest. For instance, our Midlife Achievement Award. We have a Midlife Achievement Award winner every year. This year, that's Deborah Winger, one of the great actresses of our time. So we'll be showing 4 films of her. She'll be here to receive her award, and that's always a really exciting thing as well.
Oh, so they're not all recently released.
Or not released. Most of them are not released. Often them they're films that are coming up, that are films that one will never have a chance to see again. Only with guests who are coming for these kinds of retrospective showings, like Deborah Winger. We have a wonderful Mexican filmmaker named Tatiana Huerzo, who's coming with a complete retrospective of her films. Guests like that, and restorations of older films that have not been available, that have been restored to full beauty. We've got about 7 or 8 of those. So those are sort of special things, but you're not going to see Top Gun 1.
Yeah.
You can see that other ways if you want to.
Right. Never before seen content. Wow, that is very exciting.
Right. And mostly never to be seen again, very readily content. So it's really, a lot of them are one-time chances.
Very special.
Yeah.
What should attendees know? Where do you get tickets, and when does it start?
Well, tickets are available now. They're available on the website, which is MIFF, M-I-F-F, for Maine International Film Festival.org. It's not .com, .org. And you will see all of the films, descriptions of all of them, and you can pre-advance buy any of them. You can also buy a pass that gets you into anything and everything, and various other forms of admission to. So it's like really a 100-ring circus, and this will get you.
So you can pick and choose, or you can pick for all. That is awesome.
You cannot see all. It's impossible to see every film.
Right.
And it must be such a great experience, too, because the first thing that kind of pops in my head is you're talking about the international side of this and people coming in from Mexico and all around. I mean, different perspective of learning how people shoot, how people do, how they portray a story. That's got to be so interesting.
It always is. It's really exciting. It's easy to make fantastic comparisons between films that you don't know you're going to compare when you happen to see them in a row at the festival. It's great, and there's a lot of interchange between people there. People talk to each other, talk about films, talk about the world. It's an exciting atmosphere.
Yeah, sounds like something for everybody.
I think there is something for everybody. It's not a conscious thing that we try to do, but it's what happens.
Yep,
that's
sounds
perfect.
Good.
Well, if we're looking for any more information, this will all be on our website, foxbangor.com, and we'll be sharing the interview on Facebook as well. Thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
It was a pleasure. We'll throw it over to Conrad Sapinski. He has another look at our forecast.
Thank you so much, Joe and Emma. So lots of clear weather out there, folks. Barely any rain out here in Maine, but check out just to the west of us, closer to Canada, lots of rain that will be moving on into upper state of New York. But here in Maine, luckily just a few passing clouds. But we are not in the clear for long because more chances of rain will be back Wednesday night and then once again into Thursday, as our futurecast does show thicker clouds starting to roll in by Wednesday and then really getting thick by Wednesday night into Thursday with some on and off showers. Nothing heavy at that, but still something to talk about. But temperatures, yes, cooler temperatures are coming up right now. 42 here in Bangor, so it is almost July, but really feels like April out there with some 30s and 40s in the northern part of the state where there is a frost advisory. Here in Bangor, still really chilly out there, so bring a sweater or even a coat out there. I know, a coat with the morning low temperatures, but the last couple of days been really on the cooler end with some 60s, 70s, and even a 50-degree day out there 2 days ago. Yesterday, we had a high temperature of 69 degrees. Today, we will really warm up out there into the mid-70s with lots and lots of sunshine out there. But look what happens Wednesday and Thursday. We really cool down back around 70 degrees, and then Friday, Saturday into Sunday, perfect timing. Those 80s are back in the forecast, so nice tanning above average temperatures will be back. But with those warmer temperatures comes some muggy humidity out there. The dew points will really be up there, making it feel pretty humid out there with those really warm temperatures. But at least today, low humidity and really nice temperatures in the mid-70s with mostly sunny skies. Tonight, once again, another cooler night out there, cooler morning for tomorrow, as we'll pretty much be in the mid-40s out there with mostly clear skies, and areas of fog will be possible once again before we really rebound in temperatures and hover around 70 degrees by tomorrow. But our 5-day outlook does show warm temperatures sticking around and even nicer weather back in the forecast by the weekend.
Spectrum presents Stream Home Makeover with JoJo.
We transform the Joneses' home, upgrading their entertainment experience with the best TV and internet services from Spectrum. Let's go! With Spectrum TV, you get your favorite channels and streaming apps, plus tons of on-demand.
Switch to Spectrum TV and Internet for only $49.99 a month each with no contract. Call 1-844-480-4713.
Ready for more? Take a look. With the free Spectrum TV app, you can stream live sports, news, and more on all your devices, inside, outside, and on the go.
Wow, that's awesome!
There's more. We powered up the game room with Spectrum Internet, which gives you the fast, reliable speeds you need to power all your devices. And it comes with free security suite so you can feel completely safe and secure.
Switch to Spectrum TV and Internet for only $49.99 a month each with free modem. Call 1-844-480-4713.
Give your home a Spectrum Stream home makeover. Call now.
You know, we can go into a room and have absolutely nothing in there, nothing on the windows, no color, no character, no tone to a room.
That's, I think, where we're strongest, is being able to help someone envision what's going to go in that window.
And we leave, it's totally transformed into something that the customer wants it to be. We've often been told we make a room look better just by leaving it.
Find meaningful work in behavioral health care, like Shelby, who works in multiple settings caring for children with a background of trauma.
I was motivated to join the behavioral health field because I had decided that I was going to advocate for children with similar backgrounds to my own. As a younger person, I find that the most rewarding part of my job as a behavioral health professional is the emotional gratification in seeing my clients succeed.
Learn more about compassionate careers at caringforme.org.
You know, we're a nation that loves iced tea, and different parts of the country have different ways to enjoy it. For those who live up north, more than likely they like it unsweetened, while Southerners are probably big fans of sweet tea. So let me share with you a trick that we discovered that can make any iced tea perfectly smooth and refreshing. We start off like normal by placing some tea bags in boiling water. Then we add a secret ingredient, baking soda. We'll let it sit for about 15 minutes so everything can steep. What the baking soda does is remove the bitterness from the tannins in the tea, which makes it nice and smooth. After removing the tea bags, we add in some sugar while it's still warm. This way the sugar dissolves better. Okay, now we add in some cold water and lemon before popping it in the fridge. Then right before serving it, maybe add some fresh mint if you want. Talk about refreshing, and it's the perfect way to stay hydrated and happy all summer long. So right after the news, jump on your computer, tablet, or smartphone and check out the recipe for our secret ingredient iced tea, along with a bunch of our most popular summertime thirst quenchers. Hey, Kel, come on and try this. I'm Howard in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen, where today we found a refreshing way for you to say, ooh, it's so good.
Do you like sweet tea?
Yes, I will. Maybe not with that with sugar, but yes.
I'll
have a little sweet tea.
I know. I don't really like mine sweetened, so.
Oh, okay. So you're unsweetened, but tea's still good. Tea and tea. Do you know hot tea, iced tea?
Yes, preferably green there. But I do like his little jab of, if you're in the Northeast, maybe you don't like it sweetened as much. I was like, I don't know about that.
I don't know. We'd have to do some research on that one.
Yes. I want to see the stats. But summer starts Tuesday, and if you're planning to cook out this summer, you'll pay a lot more. A cookout with burgers, hot dogs, chicken, and all the fixings will cost you 17% more than a year ago. The New York Post compiled the list, and based on the increases in the Consumer Price Index, estimate you'll pay $76.94 for the average cookout.
Last year, the price of a cookout actually declined from the year before. The same package of hot dogs that cost $3.82 a year ago is now $5.22. Ice cream is up 14% in just a year. Supermarket guru Phil Lempert says the biggest price increase he's seen are for beef, pork, chicken, eggs, and milk. Lempert says you can find more affordable prices for frozen meat and seafood and cheeses in the pre-packaged dairy case.
Veterans and active duty military service members can use Target's military discount during the week leading up to July 4th. The big box store says it's expanding its usual 10% Veterans Day discount to Independence Day as a way to celebrate the holiday.
And to show its support for service members, up to 2 purchases will be eligible for the discount, either online or during in-store shopping from Sunday, June 26th until Monday, July 4th. I can't believe July 4th is so close. I feel like we just had Memorial Day and already we're getting ready for the next big American holiday.
I know, and we were saying it earlier too. It does feel like June is always one of the quicker months to go by.
I know, we had like nice temperatures, nice weather, and all of a sudden it just drastically declined off. We're getting those temperatures back in the 40s, a little chilly at night.
Typical Maine fashion.
Typical Maine fashion. We have to enjoy it. But before we go, we do have a quick programming note. We're going to be joined by a member of the Maine Inland Fisheries and Wildlife tomorrow on our